Welcome back, everyone, for this week's episode of Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast, where this week we are talking NWA WCW from April the 26th of 1986. And then we got part two with the legend Jim Cornette. And Doc, let me refresh your memory because it's been 2 weeks since we talked to Jim. This is the episode and this is the part where Jim torches Tim Horner. With that said, how you doing this week, Doc?
I thought it was the episode where he asked you why you're so mean to me.
It might be on. No, I don't remember what part that was on. Come on, man. You know.
I don't care. I'm feeling good because Ric Flair is out of. He's making his comeback, and it's still not safe for your two black asses to walk around in the South on the streets.
Nope. That's Mike's people.
Okay.
You guys need to stop messing with my history and my shared culture.
That's right.
I just want to live, love, and laugh. That's it. That's all.
That's
I just want to be blessed and be a blessing, and maybe bust out some guts.
I put that on someone's Facebook post. They were posting something. Somebody that we know posted something about that whole shit, and I put that on there. Be blessed, or be blessed, and be a blessing, man.
Let me help you out.
Be blessed and be a blessing.
That's right.
Okay, and then on top of that, after we're being blessed and being a blessing.
Now I'm one of these guys that can't just fuck something up. I gotta fuck it all the way up. Okay.
And then, of course,
busting, baby doll's guts out.
All right.
It's nice.
That's real classy. I want to holler at my boy Joe Stassi. Joe, thanks for putting us over always on Old School Pro Wrestling Lives. Appreciate it very much on Facebook. Go join their classic wrestling old school communities there. And I got to put over the mothership page as well. And as we move forward, I didn't ask you, Harper, how you doing, man? You all right this week?
Shit, doing all right. Sitting here waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for me. Me. All right. Well, we got one quick thing before we get to the review show of this week for April the 26th from the NWA. And it is a crazy Craigslist ad, and I apologize. One of the listeners did send me this. I don't remember who sent it at this point, so forgive me. But we all know we had the most overrated event in human history happen this week in the United States, and it was that stupid solar eclipse. I'm sure Harper...
Fuck that shit.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Doc, any thoughts on the solar eclipse?
Leave it to you two to hate science.
So, I got this crazy Craigslist ad, and I apologize. I've gotten a lot of stuff from people, and I didn't make a note with who sent this to me. And the crazy Craigslist ad is titled, "Wanted, Woman Who Wants to Conceive Child During Totality Eclipse." Okay? And it goes on to say, I am a 40-year-old... I'm going to read this verbatim so you catch all the mistakes, I guess. I am 40 years of age, Caucasian male from Europe. My heritage is strong and pure. My looks...
I like him already.
My looks, instincts, knowledge, and strength is 100% pure and 100% lethal. I am looking for a worthy female with strong genes, beauty, and smarts to join me to experience the totality eclipse in Oregon. Exact place not set. If we have chemistry, I would like for us to make love while the eclipse is happening. Hold on, here comes the best part. When totality occurs, we will have simultaneous orgasms and we will conceive a child that will be on the next level of human evolution. We will make love together with me and my penis directed towards the sun. I kid you not, that was a legit Craigslist ad. Doc, I don't think you like that one too much.
I just don't like you guys being upset with science.
Oh,
what was wrong with the eclipse this week?
It was stupid. It was so fucking overrated. That shit was like the glacier of shit that happened during my week.
What? The glacier? I don't get it. Okay. I will say this. The news cycle just shut down completely to cover the eclipse.
Oh, God, yeah.
Everything was about the eclipse. And then we got right back to it on CNN and Fox and ABC and CBS. We got right back to the normal cycle after the eclipse passed. It's just crazy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say neither one of you two Galileos got an A in astronomy. Is that correct?
I was an A+ student in science.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, that's neither here nor there. Do I need to prove it to you? Do I need to show you a transcript of some sort?
We'll need to see your birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep it moving. So check out the YouTube channel. I have posted a lot of the Cornette interview there as far as different segments and bite-sized chunks. You know, most of them are like 3 to 5 minutes. Some of them maybe a little more than that, so check those out. That's tinyurl.com/BTTYouTube. It helps out the show when you subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the videos that we're posting there. Doc, you fussed at me last week about the Crockett Cup, so I mean, what did you want to say about it? I mean, you seem to be a little upset that I gave away the results. I'm not sure what else I was supposed to do, because if you watch the Crockett Cup, while it was a fun night for me as a kid, rewatching it as an adult was not that fun.
Not that it's over now. It's in my rearview mirror. I'm ready for the Great American Bash.
And they're going to recap it a little bit on this week's episode, so let's get into it. We are covering, like I said, the NWA from April the 26th of 1986, sponsored by the Wrestling Palace. Thanks to my buddy Arturo for sponsoring the show. You can find him on Facebook. Just search the Wrestling Palace. Reach out to him there. If there's anything you want wrestling memorabilia-wise, he can hook you up. Now, we get into the opening of the show. We see Magnum and Nikita whooping up on each other, and it appears that Crusher is back, and he is limping, but he beats down Magnum with his wooden crutch. Doc and Harper, I'll throw it to you first. Any thoughts from the opening of the show?
I was surprised to see guy. I forgot his name. It's been so long since he's been on. Yeah, I was like, oh look, there he is.
Yeah, Doc asked last week when he was coming back, and I was like, he'll be back shortly. So, Doc, any thoughts from the opening there?
Crowd was pretty loud again, huh?
Yes, imagine that.
Them house show people like their like the product. Amazing.
They like their wrestling, man. They're not throwing around beach balls and doing the wave. They're actually paying attention to the guys fighting in the ring. And so we go from the opening, and then it's Crockett and Schiavone. They tell us off the top that Baby Doll was hurt by Cornette and the Midnights, and they will show us more later in the show. They announced the Road Warriors won the Crockett Cup, and that Ricky Morton has been injured. We then fall into a match between Jimmy Valiant versus Kent Glover. Valiant defeats Glover as usual with some heel tactics throughout the match. Doc, thoughts on that match at all?
Did you see when Boogie came out?
I know what you're gonna say.
What?
Did you see him shake hands with the man that was wearing overalls but no shirt underneath it?
Oh God, I didn't see that.
He looked like Hillbilly Jim from like the WWF, but for real, it was funny.
Leave it to Jimmy Valiant to do something like that in the ring. I mean, as he's entering the ring. I thought you were going to make comment about his tights, because you know he's always got some kind of message on the back of his tights.
I missed that. Who did he wrestle again? Benson?
Kent Glover.
Glover.
And let me tell you, my thought there was Kent Glover said to himself, oh, thank God I got Bookie. That was his comment. Harper, anything from you from the match?
I had that same note about somebody else later.
Me too. Nothing, Harper. All right, we go from that to Manny Fernandez. I didn't plan on playing this. Harper, you got anything from it?
It was. So what happened with him and what's his name? Hector. It's over with.
That was just a TV match. I mean, that was just for. I think that was just because Hector was going to be in the tournament too. So.
Because he was putting over the B&B Corporated, and I was like, wait, what happened to fucking Hector's ass?
Yeah. It's
what the fuck?
And I think to me too, I know Manny. I know they're getting ready to go on they're on the road and they're going to be going through San Antonio. So if you notice, Manny talked about San Antonio in there.
Yeah,
I think that's why they had him cut this promo
in
this
episode. He says that every week. He's from San Antonio, Jack.
No, what I'm saying is specifically this particular week, they are about to head to San Antonio coming up. I'm just telling you. You don't have to believe me. Okay, what you got from the promo, Doc?
Manny's not bad, but he goes on too long.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It just
but he starts to loop it and start to say the same things because he didn't know what else to say. So if he cut that promo in half, there you go. Good.
I kind of laughed when he said they got rid of Abdullah the Butcher, and Abdullah is out there feeding in a rice patty now.
That didn't make a lick of sense.
That's why I laughed at it. So after that, we have a match. It's Manny versus Art Pritz. Manny gets the win. Harper, you got anything from the match?
No. Nope.
Yeah, me either. Doc, you?
Oh.
We then go, and hang tight with us, folks. We're about to get into the promos. We then go to a promo/recap. They show this recap of Chaska and Paul Jones cutting George South's hair at the end of a match at a house show. Boogie comes out with Manny to make the save, and for what it's worth, the crowd goes nuts again, Doc, don't they?
Mm-hmm. They sure as hell do.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, here's what I want to know. We're on national television every Saturday night with a show that brings out the best stars of the NWA, and every time they cut it to a house show, these people are losing their mind. What exactly happened here?
I'm going to recommend you plug in that damn external drive I gave you and start watching these worldwides when you can, because the people go nuts on these house shows. I say house shows. I mean, they're not really house shows if they're televised on worldwide, but my point is they're not in the studio. They go nuts, but I can't answer that question for you. It's gone.
What happened though?
It's gone.
No, we were doing so good.
Yeah, 31 years ago.
Yeah, it's over.
It's gone. This is all we got, Doc. We can't go back. The toothpaste is out the tube. It's done. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying WWE can't treat it better, but this is it, man. This is where we're at, dude. So, Harper, did you have anything from that recap with Chaska and Paul Jones? I'm loving Chaska, but that's just me at this point.
You mean when they showed Sam Houston when they're going to cut his hair?
No. That was George South.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. He was cutting George South's hair.
Oh shit!
God
damn it!
I don't know what Harper was drinking. Okay.
I was like,
all right.
Sam Houston. Fuck.
Yeah. Was Sam at the school again last night?
Yeah, he's there like every night, pretty much.
Wow,
yeah.
School info. Okay.
He's in there, bro. He still has those fucking boots.
I know.
He puts them on.
I've worked him in those boots.
Yeah.
Those same damn boots. 100 years old. All right, well, let's keep it moving. We got J.J. Dillon now coming out. So let's listen to what Dillon has to say.
James J. Dillon is standing here. What's going on?
Well,
you're looking at the ring.
Match gets started. I know the match is already in the ring, and in the interest of fair play and to see that justice is served, I got a final communique verifying from the president of the NWA, Bob Geigel, stating that as of today, which was the deadline I set, that we had to have an answer, that he has decreed that Ron Garvin may not wear that tape around his hand because it is a borderline weapon. And now here's a man in the ring. If you don't stay on top of these things, he's in the ring. Here's a referee with a dumbfounded look on his face. He's been told, and he's going to let this match start. Hey.
Okay, JJ is walking toward the ring now, and there's Pee Wee Anderson with him. Obvious. JJ has gotten what he requested last week, and that's to take the tape off the hand, David. At least
if he doesn't watch it, Ron Garvin is going to use it on him.
Obviously, Pee Wee Anderson's familiar with it. The referee.
You know, and the thing is, it's because of what you did,
that Paul Garner could be very seriously injured in this situation. I'm genuinely concerned for him. He could be hurt by Ronnie Garvin. Look at the tape. Look, it's taking him 5 minutes to unwind all that tape. He should be fined right now because he's obviously, it's a stalling tactic is what it is. If this was me in this situation, the referee would already fined me $300-400.
Right. How did he get it hurt, JJ?
Well, I don't remember.
You and your men did it.
Okay, we're ready. Let's go.
That was awesome. How did he get it hurt, JJ? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Harper, what did you think?
That was great, huh?
Yeah, I like that. I liked it.
It's a lot funner to watch when they have a little bit of realism to it, isn't it?
Is. Yeah, it definitely is. Doc, your thoughts?
I thought Paul Garner was standing in that ring like, shut up, JJ. He's already gonna kick my ass. Don't make him mad. Come on. Shut up.
Do you have anything else? Because I that's funny you bring that up at that point, and I'm going to tell you why when I get to the match in a second. Anything else from the promo?
Not
Okay.
from the promo, no.
In fairness, I really like the way they did this because JJ's out there just being a heel, and I mean, but at the same time, Garvin doesn't need his tape fist to tie Paul Garner into a pretzel. So the first thing that I did think, though, as soon as that match started was Paul Garner is in there, and he is like, fuck me. And if I'm Garner, I'm pissed at JJ. Garner was saying to himself, what the hell, JJ? You just pissed this idiot off. He's already going to stretch me. Now he might actually murder me. And that, so when you said that just now, that's what I thought. At the 1741 mark, if you've got the network, he's got this poor bastard stretched. And then he jumps out of the hold and jumps on his stomach with 2 feet. And then right after that, he ties him back up into a pretzel. What the hell? Harper, did you catch all this?
I love this match because he had to win it in a different way, just like last week, and it reminded me with Paul Orndorff when he banned the pile driver.
Yeah, and Smoky Mountain.
And yeah, that's what this reminded me of. You saw him win in a different way in every match. So I enjoyed watching this because you didn't just see him beat the shit out of someone because he couldn't use his hand.
That's true. That's very true. Doc, what were your thoughts on it? You're right. It was the same exact thing, Harper. They banned the pile driver in Smoky Mountain, and Orndorff had to find other ways to win. Doc, what'd you think?
I love the psychology of it because Garvin kept trying to want to go to the right hand.
Yeah.
And he'd stop himself, and at one point he just grabbed a headlock, and it's just like watching. It was like he was trying to figure out how to work without his best weapon, his finishing move, and so that was just. It was fun because it set up something different in what would I mean, it was still a squash match, but how they got to the end was way different than the normal move.
I am still completely amazed at how bad Ronnie Garvin just whoops people. I mean, I knew he wasn't kind to jobbers, but God, it's.
I want to get him on the other side for your comeback match.
That ain't happening. Not even at 70. I'm not facing him at his age that he is now, much less back then.
Scared. So you're scared of Ron Garvin. I see.
Not quite. After the match, Garvin obviously wins. He cuts a promo. Doc, did you have anything from the promo?
No, he did. I mean, they showed his hand and all, but that was about it. No, not really.
Harper, what about you?
I like when he brings up Gaddafi.
He did.
When he talked about bombing Gaddafi.
Yes, I caught that part. He also talks of and I was like, what is he talking about? And I was like, oh yeah. And then he starts talking about being in Tully or JJ's bedroom. Like, okay, this is going off the rails.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
when
what?
you look up, you're gonna see me looking down at you.
Yeah.
With my pants off.
Yeah, when I'm right about to release.
It's your fourth horseman right here. Oh God.
Jesus.
Damn.
Being that first round, that afternoon session.
That was the wrong one. Okay. Oh, damn. God damn, Harper.
What?
Oh, no!
Do it again, Harper.
That's
not Harper.
Oh, that's you.
Doc.
Oh, God. Okay, let's keep it moving on. Stop. That's just disgusting. Let's keep moving on that note. We got the Road Warriors. They come out and let's hear what they got to say. This is fresh off of their Crockett Cup win.
Okay, we're back on World Championship Wrestling, and David, what an event it was, the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. A lot of people we'd like to thank at this time.
That's right. We'd like to thank the city of New Orleans, also the people at the Hyatt, people at the Superdome, and especially you fans for making it one of the greatest events ever.
40 different states in the nation we met fans from several foreign countries, all came to New Orleans to see one team remain supreme, and they're with us right here. The Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and Precious Paul Ellering.
You know, Tony, I think David said it all at the beginning of the show when he said it was fantastic. It was fantastic. The fans were there, and they were the #1 winners in the whole show. It was the greatest event. It was a Jim Crockett promotion. Now, it proves one thing, that when the Legion of Doom sets its sights on one goal, we achieve that goal. We set our sights on the cup. The NWA provided the effort, and now Midnight Express, we're setting our sights on you, and you know what happens when we set our sights. Tell me.
You know, Tony Schiavone, 24 teams were invited to the biggest tag team tournament in the world and in the history of professional wrestling. And we were the #1 seed, and we remained #1, and we took the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. And in the process of winning that great cup, we beat the Midnight Express, and next on our list is the Jake Those World Belts. Hey, we're easy to remember. We're the team that says what we're going to do, and then we do it. Now, Baltimore, Maryland, we're coming to your town tonight, and we're up in a cage, excuse me, a chain match, double chain match with the Russians. And we're going to rid Baltimore of the Russians, because we've been sitting down and talking about it, and we came up to a sum. The sum of what the Russians are. You know what it is? You want to know what it is? A crotchety load of soggy buzzard barf. And I'm going to tell you, Russian, something else. Last time was a different story. I couldn't be with my brother and my manager. But it's a different story, like I said. Because tonight I'm going to be there. And like I said before, good for us, bad for you.
Welcome to our nightmare, Russians. Tonight, if it has to end anywhere in the world, let it be Baltimore.
Now, fans, go back.
Road Warriors are the most believable team ever, maybe. Harper, your thoughts?
If I'm in Baltimore, I know what I'm going to be doing that fucking night.
Damn right. If I got the money, I'm going.
Yes. And I love it when it says, we're easy to remember because what we say, we fucking do it, and it's true.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Doc, your thoughts? Your thoughts?
My thoughts is really, I don't get the idea that they beat the Midnight Express in a Crockett Cup. I don't like champions losing like that. Getting into that a little bit later with Morton too. Flair,
okay.
But I don't know who, and there are some fantastic tag teams in this NWA. But I don't know how in 1986 you can credibly put two other guys on the other side of the ring and go, they're going to beat those other two guys across the ring called the Road Warriors. So I don't know why they don't already have the straps. We should just put it on them and retire the belts. Jesus.
Yeah.
Nobody can credibly beat them. I mean, that's why you have a heel tag team with the belts right now, and they're running from them. You realize that, right? I mean, that's just the way you book it.
Bitch.
The Midnight Express are running from them, basically. Anyway, all right. Doc, I don't think... Well, here's the thing. They go from that to... We got a match, then... Well, first off, there's a couple things happening. We got the Crockett Cup highlights. You got anything from that, Doc?
Man, I do.
Okay, go
they
ahead.
showed that for a while, and it was overwhelming the amount of star power on that card.
Yeah, man.
I was just like, oh, there's somebody. Oh, there's somebody else. Oh, Sheepers. Yep, fantastic. Oh, and just a who's who of who was who in wrestling in 1986, dude.
Yeah.
It was pretty damn ridiculous. I mean, that was the catch to be there. And
I was like,
all those teams, man.
Yeah, who was it? I think one of the last little, one of the little last pictures they showed, it was Dr. Death and was it Nikita doing the what you call what do you call it? The test of strength. And I was like, God, look at that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those two big old motherfuckers going at it.
It was just a long night. I mean, I can't even imagine the amount of money they had to pay talent, all those guys that were there that night. Oh my God. It was too much.
They had a 70,000 person house, no big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff from the highlights. All right, after the highlights, there's a match. The Road Warriors versus Jeff Smith and Randy Mulkey. As always, Hawk and Animal wastes no time, and Jesus Animal throws Mulkey over the top rope at the beginning.
Bruh.
Splat from Mulkey's body hitting the floor.
Did you hear it slap?
Dude,
I was like, fuck, man.
It sounded like he dropped him off of a 5-story building. I mean, it's just like, and I think even the small studio audience is like, oh. You wonder if I mean, it's amazing he wasn't dead.
He was still wearing that 1978 after school special T-shirt too, man. It was just, he has that blonde hair. He looks like the kid that gets picked on and then cries and then kills himself after school one day in 1978.
That's nice.
You know what I'm talking about? Shaggy hair, kind of night, whatever. But God Almighty, that looked like it hurt.
Will you stop?
Shut up.
Yeah. It not only looked like it hurt. I'm pretty sure that.
In fact, Mulkey went over there and he didn't take off his shirt for a while. He just stood in the corner, and I was like, man, I wonder if he's going to get back into this thing.
Yeah. I was surprised to see him standing there.
Yeah, I'm amazed he got up because I'm not overselling it. It sounded like Animal threw him off of a 5-story building, and he's like
fuck
splat.
You. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy. And ironically, Mulkey's the one who then gets pinned at the end because Hawk finishes him off with a splash. I bet you that was a lot easier to take than the damn over-the-top rope splattering on the floor as hard as he hit. And that was that. We then go to a recap. It is Flair and Morton from a match recently on a house show. It was a 6-man deal, and Morton actually ends up pinning Rick. But after the match, the Horsemen attack Gibson and Morton in the dressing room backstage. Morton is injured with his face being like rubbed into, I guess, the carpet or ground of the dressing room. Crockett says Flair has lost control, and then Crockett says when you lose control, you'll eventually lose the championship. David Crockett, just stop that with the hyperbole, as Doc Turner always says. Not sure about that. Crockett is a fact. Doc, did you have anything from that bit of commentary in the recap?
Just saw that Flair ate a pin, but Morton ate the floor. Jesus. That was your first real good insight into a true Horseman away from the ring beatdown.
Yeah. Harper, you?
Yeah, he got a face full of concrete.
God, did he? Oh, Jesus. After that recap, they go to a match at Chaska, Watley, Baron Von Raschke versus Bill Tab and Lee Peake.
Bruh.
Go ahead, Harper. What you got?
This match, it was 10 hours long. Just ended like 10 minutes ago. What the fuck? I kept waiting because they got. What's the other? Bill Tab, right? The big black guy?
Yes.
When they tagged him in, the match went for so long, I was waiting to see, wait, something's going to happen here. Bill Tab is going to get in and he's going to get a fluke victory or something. Nope. It was like a 10-hour jobber match. It fucking wasn't in.
They went for about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very long. And this is an hour and 24-minute show, so they went 10 minutes of it. Hour and 24 without commercial.
What the fuck would a Nazi be doing hanging out with this fucking black guy?
That's a good question.
That's what I was thinking.
The things you don't think of in 1986 when you're a kid, though, right?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I guess.
Well, Watley and Von Raschke get the win for Paul Jones's Army when Chaska hits a nice suplex off the second rope in the corner. Very good execution. Besides a long match, nice little finish there. Doc, any other thoughts before we move to the next part of the show?
Man, they went to a commercial break in the middle of that shit and everything.
and then it still went on for another, 10 years. Crockett, we'll be right. I mean, Shivani, we'll be right back with more action. Okay, I've got the Chaska promo.
He said, didn't he say something like, "If the match ends while we're gone, we'll show it to you," which has never happened.
Right.
And this would have been a great time for it to happen.
Yeah. I've got the promo after the match queued up with Chaska, Jones, and Von Raschke. I gotta admit, I am very entertained by the fact that Chaska. I forgot how good this was. Actually, I like the fact that Chaska joins him. He gives life to him. He's hilarious.
You're just saying this because you and him are the same color, and your people are finally getting represented on the show.
Thanks, Doc. Here's the promo.
Inside, destructive from Paul Jones, Chaska, Baron Von Raschke, calling for Jimmy Valiant many times during the match.
You know, when you have a war, you have to have two sides. Well, Valiant has made it obvious that he wants to retaliate to my war. Well, Valiant, I've got here two of my great warriors, two men here. I am going to let Chaska talk to you. Remember, Chaska, your ex-bodyguard. Me, Valiant. I'm the man that cut your hair. Where my hair? I'm the one that cut your hair. And Baron, he the one that's going to crush your brain. And I'm going to tell you what, with the ingenious leadership, that's right, I'm a boss. We are going to destroy you. Shut up, boy, I ain't through talking. And I'm going to tell you another thing. If you think we ain't serious, if you think we don't mean nothing, step into the ring with us, sucker! Baron! This is Ricky. Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, you are at the top of Paul Jones' list. And there are others waiting to be dealt with. Magnum TAs, Dusty Rhodes. And we're ready, we're willing, and we're able. We are trained by a superior mind. We are superior athletes. Whether it be Chaska, Baron Von Raschke, Diesel Khan, or the Barbarian, the army is marching, and we're going to trample all of our foes underfoot, underfoot, and underfoot. You know what gets Jimmy Valiant? He knows that Chaska can get to him once. He did it once, and Chaska can do it again. Chaska, the next time you get in the ring with Valiant, I want to see a bald-headed geek. That's what he's gonna be, a bald-headed geek. I'm gonna tell you another thing, Valiant. You with the Papa Bear street britches on, you is in a whole lot of trouble.
We're coming right back. Don't go away.
Y'all can't see it. I'm sitting there watching it as it plays. I'm watching it back, and it's so absurd. It's entertaining. Oh, Doc, you go first.
Where's Tijo Khan been?
I don't know, and I don't give a shit. This was great without him.
Man, it is just absurd to the highest degree, but it's still hilarious and it's still entertaining. And say what you will about Chaska, but he's made Paul Jones mildly interesting.
Yeah.
He has. Harper, your thoughts?
Right. Where's he from? Chaska?
Like, you mean, like, where did he work before this? Or, where's
he from?
We'll let the experts tell us out there in Twitter land. I'm not sure where he's originally from.
I swear to God, he reminds me of, like, he should be living in a shotgun house off of fucking Claiborne Avenue.
What you trying to
with
say,
a fucking
man?
Monte Carlo in the driveway. He sounds like he's from New Orleans. The way he acts and everything.
Well, what you got against people with shotgun houses? I mean, I grew up in one in New Orleans, not on Claiborne, but close.
There you go.
They don't have shotgun houses in a Gentilly.
They do on the far side
Where?
of Gentilly. When you think Gentilly, you don't realize how far Gentilly stretches. Gentilly stretches from the lake, basically to Bywater.
I think of Gentilly as like when they get
think-
that crazy Baptist church.
I know what you think, Gentilly. I know a lot of people have a misconception of Gentilly's borders. Anyway, let's get back to the show.
Hey, by the way,
but I can see what you're talking about.
Hey,
relevant
to our interests. Pez Whatley was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
It ain't that fucking hard, guys.
That's good to know. Chattanooga. Wow.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, but where did he grow up? I mean, you could be born somewhere and then grow up in somewhere else. Does it say? Mr. Research.
Hayside, Virginia.
Bullshit.
It doesn't say. I mean,
You're so full of shit when you Hayside. Okay. Well, look, man. I'd forgotten how entertaining Chaska was back then. I'm just going to say that. I want to shout out Dean Coles on Twitter because he and I were exchanging and talking about this on Twitter a couple weeks back. And yeah, Dean, you're right, man. We're digging Chaska. I forgot how entertaining he was. So let's keep it moving. Doc, we got a Ric Flair promo coming up, and man, we never skip Ric, so here it is.
There is only one heavyweight champion of the world, and it's this man, Nature Boy Ric Flair. You may have heard some of the comments out here, especially my colleague David Crockett said Ric Flair is jealous of the fan support for Ricky Morton.
Let's get something straight. A week ago, David Crockett was predicting in his educated manner that the next time I was on the greatest wrestling program in the world, I would be without the World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Come on in here, David. Take a look at it, guy. Woo! Still, the world champion and Dusty Rhodes is so beat up and so gun shy, I don't expect to ever see him in the title picture for a long, long time. But let's all get together now. I want it silent for a minute. Let's have a moment of silence for little itty bitty Ricky Morton. Because he found out that pro wrestling, the greatest sport of all, can be a cold, cold world when it comes to walking the aisle and making some kind of a presentation against the greatest of them all. You see, Morton, it's no secret, all the women in this world fall at my feet because I am Ric Flair. And these women, you think that thought for a moment in their life that you are something, now know that what Ric Flair wants, Ric Flair gets. So you see what I did, kid? I made an example of you. I got my hands dirty and I made an example of you. And you now are a little itty bitty ugly duckling. There ain't no woman alive that would lay that face down next to her in a king-size bed anywhere in this United States. And you know what, Ricky Morton? You know what I'm real happy about? You told everybody you were going to be a big deal. Now when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, I thought I was going to be a big deal, but Ric Flair changed all that around. You see, when you're Ric Flair and you're the world champion, then you can have anything you want just like that because your ability is second to none. Then you do what you want to do. And Morton, I wanted the world to see that you're a punk, and I put you in your place. Now Charlotte, North Carolina, Cleveland, Ohio, St. Louis,
Illinois, Birmingham, Alabama, Norfolk, Virginia, all of you, roll out the red carpet because the world champion's going to be there in the next 10 days. And I'm going to make whoever thinks he's man enough to walk that aisle against me. And I don't care if it's Wahoo McDaniels, Ronnie Garvin, Bob Armstrong, or Ricky Morton. When I get there, you're going to find out once and for all, woo, that diamonds are forever. And so is Slick Rick. Woo!
The heavyweight champion of the world. Make sure.
Well, Doc, I guess I'll throw it to you.
So, Rick's riding high, buddy. He might have taken that pin against Morton that we saw, but he got his revenge. He showed Morton exactly where the big boys play. And oh, by the way, Dusty is gone too for a while. So, in his opinion, so it's good to be the Nature Boy. It's good to be king. It's good to be the champ. And I just want to know, since Crockett mentioned it a minute ago, what kind of party do you think they had down at the Hyatt Regency after the Crockett Cup?
They had a damn good one. That's for sure.
It was good enough. It was good enough that the Hyatt Regency got a mention on the next week's 605 show.
Yeah, Harper, what'd you think?
Ric Flair he just proved to him that when he has to get his hands dirty, he's not afraid to make it happen.
Oh hell no! Yeah,
that's his fucking title.
Yeah,
and he proved that how long was that promo?
That's probably it was nearly 4 minutes. It was 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
No one else could ever do that except him.
That's a long time to just to promo.
To just keep going, and he never repeated himself. It was all perfect down to the T. No one but him could ever do something like that, and that's why he's fucking Ric Flair.
Yeah, I mean he's got it down when it comes to like bullet points in his head, what he wants to say, and he hits them all without needing to have it scripted.
Yes.
That's Rick, man. Rick's awesome.
On a roll.
Yep.
So Rick cuts that promo. I mean, look, it's not the greatest one he ever cuts, but to Harper's point, nearly 4 minutes long. You know, he basically says Dusty is gone from the title picture in the rearview mirror, and then he rips Morton a new one, and then he lays out an open challenge to an upcoming event in Charlotte. There you have that. And then we go to a match. It's Wahoo versus Jim Dawson. Wahoo sends Dawson into the ropes and wins with the loudest chop finish ever. Doc, your thoughts on anything from the match?
Was this Jim Dawson's first time on the show?
I thought I remembered him prior to this, but maybe not. Harper, do you remember him?
No, I'll be honest. I don't remember. But that chop sounded fucking horrible.
Dude,
that shit sounded real, bro. Fuck that.
He just got hit in the chest with a frying pan. God.
Yeah, dude, it sounded like his freaking chop went through the back of that dude's back.
Punched through the man.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
wow. You know how when some old thing is sucking it, you're trying to shove it through the back of her throat, so it comes out the back of her head. That
nice.
Was like what Wahoo just did to that poor guy.
Will you stop? Jesus.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Harper, anything else from Wahoo's match right there?
Nope.
All right. We normally haven't been listening to Jimmy Garvin, but I think Doc has been underselling this promo to me all week. We haven't talked about it, but we've exchanged a few messages, and I came unglued at this promo, so I'm going to play it. It's Jimmy Garvin and Precious, and again, we haven't been playing Jimmy, but here it is.
Yes, in wrestling, we have heard from the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair. We have heard from Ron Garvin about the hand, and of course, we have just seen Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and on that note, Here he is, the one, the only gorgeous Jimmy Garvin with Precious.
Before I get started, Tony, speaking of the one and only, I'd just like to say that I've always said that Precious is the one and only of her kind and the greatest ballet in the country. And of course now, that wildebeest that was hanging around with Dusty Rhodes is out of action now. I guess that just proves the fact that, Precious, you are the one and only, honey, and you are the only 10 in the whole wide world.
Thank you.
Now that I got that over with, have you seen him lately? I don't know. I gotta apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because obviously I've been handling it the wrong way. I did a little research on Indians, and I found out that they're into that trading kind of thing. Like a long time ago, they used to bring blankets and stuff to get whiskey, So what I did, I'm sorry I didn't have time to wrap it, but I thought, well, maybe if I give some gifts to the chief, he'll come out and face me like a man. But first I got him this real a fighting Comanche set just for the chief. It's got a real fighting warrior knife. You hold on to that. I got him a real fighting tomahawk here, chief. This is just for you from the Sturgeon Falls Reservation. Maybe if I give this to him, Tony, baby, he'll come out and face me like a man. Then you ain't gonna believe what I got here. I got trinkets. I had to shop all over the place. I got some beautiful trinkets for his squaw to wear around the teepee. He can chase her around with all these things on, because I went to a lot of trouble, Chiefy baby, to get these things, and look at these trinkets here. Now you figure, Tony, that with all these trinkets,
wait till you see this. I don't know.
All these trinkets and stuff, he's gonna have an appetite, right? Well, I thought of everything. Gorgeous Jimmy thinks of everything. I got him some, I hate touching this stuff. I got him, spray this here. I got him some of this authentic beef jerky that he can chew on if he's got any of his teeth left. I just don't know. Can you hold on to some of these? Here, stick that in your pocket for later. You really enjoy this stuff. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I'm trying everything, as you can see, to get the chief to come out of hiding, including I'm bearing gifts. Gorgeous Jimmy's bearing gifts, but I don't see him nowhere around. And it's probably a real good thing, too, because Gorgeous Jimmy feels good today. After all, every day's a wonderful day in the NWA, and that's for sure not my fault. Let's get out of here, baby. Mwah.
Let's go.
Doc, you got any thoughts on all that?
Well, more important than your blankets and your trinkets.
Yes.
If you are a Native American kind of person, which, let's face it, we didn't just give them smallpox. We all did enough bad things to them that we all, walking around here, have some Native American blood in our system, and we all know how that happens. The word squaw is the worst word I think you can call a Native American. It is the equivalent and beyond of calling a female a cunt.
A squaw?
Yeah. It doesn't mean your wife or your old lady. It means cunt.
Oh, I thought it meant like it's your wife.
Right. It doesn't. It's a super derogatory term that he just. It would be like it would be the equivalent of going out on TV and just saying a Mexican curse word or whatever. Now that's burying the lead, because you really want to get to the fact that Jimmy Garvin's coughing in a blanket to hand it to Wahoo McDaniel to give him smallpox.
So much realism in this shit. He's like, you're into trading blankets and whiskey, and I hate to say this, but the white man gave the Native Americans blankets with smallpox, and it decimated the Native Americans. And then he starts pulling out the trinkets, and it's so offensive. It's awesome. It's carried away. And then he pulls out the freaking beef jerky, and
that's when he went too far. That was when
Precious,
he went too far.
Precious sprays the beef jerky.
There's
she
no reason.
Sprays it.
That was funny. But beef jerky is one of God's most delicious creations.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to make fun of that.
It's just so out of hand. It was so ridiculous.
But I came unglued when she sprayed it, because that shit was funny.
Harper, you got any thoughts? I mean, I'm tapped out on that one. It was so great.
I was thinking they must have rated the fucking all the gimmicks shit that the Braves give away with the little fucking, with the tomahawk deal and the feather, whatever you want to call it, the fucking headdress thing. And I was like, that's probably the shit they fucking give away at the Braves games back in the day.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Shit, Harper. God damn, man. Oh man.
All of a sudden, you see a little Dale Murphy face on the tomahawk.
Yeah.
Like, hey, wait a minute.
Brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Oh goodness. This was just
Fucking
so.
Indians.
This was so offensive. It was just so wrestling.
It was culturally offensive enough that I'm a little surprised that Wahoo didn't come out and confront him.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's move on. So, earlier at the top of the show, they talked about Baby Doll being injured, and then they show a recap of it. And it's a great segment that they show from Worldwide that week, and they air it on the Saturday night show. I posted a link to it on YouTube of the actual segment. So if you don't have the network, at least it's there. You can go to our tinyurl.com/BTC YouTube page, and you'll find it. And it's a Baby Doll getting attacked. I'll just ask Doc first before I play Cornette's portion here. Your thoughts on just Baby Doll getting bum rushed?
Well, she got poked in the uterus with a tennis racket now, didn't she?
She got dealt with, and it was insane. Harper, what did you think?
Dude, when she got hit, that crowd there was a hush. Yeah.
You could hear it.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, once again, a crowd that cares back then, and you're basically in. Somebody out there in Crockett Country could tell me this building, because I know there's people out there who watch these things and can tell just from the building where they were. And
God, every one of them looks the same.
I don't know, man. I say that sometimes too about some of the Mid-South buildings that I've seen, like from house shows. But yeah, this was crazy, man. These people went. I made the mention to where they're at because, I mean, we're not talking about an arena full of 15,000 people, but you couldn't have told me that. It sounded like 40,000 people just gasped for air when Baby Doll got hit and were going nuts when she was being attacked. That's why I make the point about the building they're in. Just how many people are there versus, damn, it sounds like a lot more than what it actually is. Probably just a couple thousand. That said, let's. I think I've got it queued up. I might have messed up the timestamp, but here's Cornette after the attack.
He's down. They held him. They wanted him watched. I am absolutely speechless right in the midsection with a tennis racket on Baby Doll. I keep her. What in the world?
Big man, aren't you?
Yeah, big man. Yeah, but big man, you're nothing. You ain't nothing. That's good. I do a lot better without you. Let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes. American Dream. That's a big show of the American Dream right there. You ain't nothing. You are scum. And I just hope that somebody like, hey, maybe Wahoo, or maybe Ronnie Garvin, or maybe one of your other friends, I want you to tell Magnum TA what we just did here today. Because we ain't scared of you, Dusty, and we ain't scared of Magnum TA. And if he wants to do something about it, let him do it.
Hey, Jimmy, I've always told you, the wrestling business ain't no place for a woman, if that's what you want to call her.
The wrestling ring ain't no place for a woman. Even a woman as big and fat and ugly like Baby Doll. I can whip you any day of the week, Baby Doll, because you belong in the same category with America's team. Everybody talks a lot about you, but when it comes time to prove it, you ain't nothing. And I just love the idea of modern day, he's a modern day cowboy, Dennis. Well, why don't you hold him?
Drugstore cowboy.
He's a drugstore cowboy. Haul him up on his horse. Turn him out.
There's no place for women in this sport. This ain't no place for some men.
You call that a man? I call that a piece of garbage. America's team. Well, this is America's team right here.
And here they are.
There is a hush over that crowd. They're not like quiet, but you can tell they're like, oh shit, she's hurt. Doc, your thoughts on Cornette's promo? This is just the first of Cornette's promos this week too.
Well, I get to see now. You see now why the Midnight Express had Corny out cutting promos for him, because both Condrey and Eaton get a word in there, and you see why they have Corny. But dude, you think you know how women are, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all fun and games till you call them fat and ugly, and then all of a sudden, even if you said you were playing, why you gotta say stuff like that? I just wonder if Baby Doll ever had a hard time hearing that kind of. She got called a moose last week. This week she took a tennis racket to the uterus and got called fat and ugly. If that really hurt her feelings in the back.
Well, we're going to talk about what she was called in a second when Cornette comes back out for his second promo that really lights things on fire. Harper, your thoughts from that right there from Cornette.
What's her purpose? Because I'm sitting here watching this. I'm like,
she's Dusty's Jezebel, man. Come on.
Is she a valet?
Yeah.
She might be a Jezebel, but she's my Jezebel.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, she's not a manager.
What's her purpose?
Well,
okay, here you go.
Busting, baby doll's guts out.
That's nice.
Really?
Be blessed and be a blessing.
Well, if you do one, then you're about to be the other. Somebody was saying, I don't know, I heard you say something about how one of these dudes out there was talking about Paul Ellering was their real manager, the Road Warriors' real manager. You know what? If I was going to get a real manager to take care of stuff, I'd go down to Morgan Stanley or maybe Charles Schwab. I ain't trying to get Paul Ellering to make sure I am where I need to go, or that my money's right.
Well, you're talking about Ellering, but to answer Harper's question, she's a Jezebel, man. Come on. Dusty even said it. She's Jezebel, but she's my Jezebel. So there we go. All right. Anything else from that promo?
No, because we've got another one, right?
Yeah, well, Dusty and Magnum are about to respond, and then we're going to hear from Cornette shortly after that. So let's hear from Dusty and Magnum first.
And here they are. Magnum J.
Well, Jim Cornette, big tough man, want to make sure I get your personal message. Is that what you want to do? Well, I'm not real sure you know what you're getting yourself into here. You called out America's team, sure, because you knew I wasn't there. Well, this is a man's man here. He came to answer your challenge against all odds. And a real lady walked out there with him, backing him up with everything she had inside her. Well, I'll never forget for 1 second the gleam on Bobby Eaton's face as he hooked her back and held her while that worm Jim Cornette took that tennis racket and drove it in her side. Well, yes, this is a man's sport, but this is a world where there's still some decency left, and you know nothing about it. Well, this doesn't involve any titles. This doesn't involve anything that the NWA is ever going to see a part of. What this involves is vengeance. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd want to go to war for Baby Doll, because her and I have certainly had some controversy in the past. But now she's shown me exactly what kind of lady she is. I know where her priority is at, and she knows that I'm behind her, she knows that he's behind her, and it's only just begun.
You know, it's real simple. It's real simple, Jim Cornette. Baby Doll came into this sport, didn't ask nothing from anybody. She just wanted to be equal. She came in a man's game, never wanted anything special, never went out of the way to ask for anything special. She took abuse from fans. She took abuse from Tully Blanchard. She took abuse from people throughout this country. She walked out there, Jim Cornette, doing what only she knows how to do. That's what every great woman in this world has a dream to be something. What is the best secretary? What is the best, whatever it is on the street? What is the best doctor? What is the best lawyer? I don't care what it is. If you're sitting at home and you're a woman and you got enough guts inside of you to be the best that you can, this world is not a man's world. It belongs to the women. Because you wouldn't have a president of the United States if there wasn't a woman. You wouldn't have a man walking around with children if there wasn't a woman. And a woman's place, Baby Doll told me just hours ago from Lubbock, Texas. She said, Dream, you know, one thing that women are put here for is to have children. And for a couple of hours, she didn't think she would ever be able to have children. So let me tell you something, Cornette. Let me tell you something, Bobby Eaton. Let me tell you something, Dennis Condrey and the Midnight Express. Forget the titles. What's going down now is one good old-fashioned kicking.
Go to the ring.
I think Dusty's pissed because they got his Jezebel in his stomach. Harper, what did you think?
That's nice. Did you hear it when he's talking about how she wants to be a mother or something? You hear one of the girls go, "Oh God." I was like, that's great. She's like, "Oh God," "Oh God, she can't bear children now." Oh fuck.
Oh, Dusty was working.
Well, you might as well shoot her because that's pretty much all they're good for.
Oh, come on. Dusty was working the broads in this audience because when he said this is a woman's world, every bitch in that studio was like, ah!
It's like
seriously?
He could have done that promo fucking yesterday. Because he says if it wasn't for a woman, there wouldn't be a man in the White House. And I was like, that's how it is right now. That's how it is right now. Fucking Hillary.
This is like, oh boy, this was funny. But I tell you what, we're making fun of Dusty here. Magnum was fired up, man. He was into it.
Fucking good too, man.
Yeah, Magnum was real good. Doc.
And I love how because like as someone in the audience, you're thinking, why the fuck would he give a shit when like her and Tully and all that whole fucking thing, and he explains why.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that from Magnum. Magnum was fired up, man. He did a good job there. Doc, what'd you think?
That's Magnum's strength is he's that fiery but young baby face. I just like how they're both kind of making mention of and then glossing over the fact that not 6 months ago, Baby Doll threw a chair in the ring during an I Quit match so that Tully could kill Magnum TA, and now she came in this sport. She didn't ask anything of anybody. Dude.
Well, I mean, and we're also do we even want to say
she's a swamp witch like all of them are.
Oh God! All right, Doc. I tell you what I found funny too. I remember when Dusty saved her after Tully slapped her, and Dusty said, "Don't you ever put your hands on her. She belongs to me now." He went from that to it's a woman's world. It went nuts. All right. Okay, let's move forward. So after that promo, very good one. Rock and Roll Express versus Ron Rossi and Bob Owen. Ricky's face is taped up. He isn't in a good mood. Rock and Roll gets the win. Double drop kick. Doc, thoughts from the match?
No.
All right, Harper, you?
I'll pass.
Ricky Morton looks pissed.
Yeah, he's mad. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun and games.
He looks fucked up.
Well, that too, but he's definitely mad. He ain't a happy camper. All right,
he's
so
almost kind of heelish.
Yeah, I mean he's a mad baby face. He's pissed off at what they did to him. I don't blame him. So, we go from that then to Cornette, and we talked about this a little while ago. Here's Cornette's promo.
Back at ringside on World Championship Wrestling. Listen, 1 second, please.
1 second.
David Crockett will not speak to you. I shouldn't, but it's my job to. Now your chance to defend yourself.
It breaks my heart. Let me tell you something. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, the modern-day cowboy. Dusty, if you happen to go outside the studios of TBS, look up and down the street, there ain't no watering troughs, and there ain't no hitching posts in modern-day society. Of course, Dusty don't need a hitching post, see? He don't tie his horse up outside the building every night. He walks to the ring with her. And speaking of Baby Doll, let me tell you something, darling. You shouldn't have stuck your nose in there in the first place. You had no business in a wrestling ring. Women should not be in professional sports. You look at all the major sports. Basketball, baseball, football, wrestling, track and field, on down the line. Men dominate because women got no place in it. And baby doll, you had no business putting yourself in a man's position. When you do that, you get hurt. And baby doll, the big heifer, is the one that viciously attacked my man to begin with. She jerked him from behind like the coward that she is. And baby doll, you got exactly what you deserved. And Dusty, you know, it's kind of fitting because Dusty really gets into those old Western movies, right? Well, you know how they used to get the sheriff. They used to get the marshal down on his knees out on the prairie, and they used to make him watch while they beat his horse up. Well, that's the same thing we did to you, Dusty. You were a big man, weren't you? You got your little girlfriend out there. You were down on your knees. We were beating her up, and you couldn't do a thing but watch. That makes you a big, tough man, a Magnum TA. He was such a coward, he didn't even have the guts in his body to show up that day. He probably knew we were going to be there, and he didn't want no part of us. Well, Dusty and Magnum, if you think you can take the Midnight Express after all this, then you go ahead and give it a try. Because, Dusty, we proved you're nothing. Magnum, we proved that we're not scared of you. And, baby doll, let me just sum it all up by saying, when you think you can beat the Midnight Express, that's insanity. When you think that you can get in the ring with the Midnight Express, that's hard times. But when you put your hands on Jim Cornette, that's risky business, Jack. Ladies and gentlemen, Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
That was so damn good. It's hard to put into words. Doc, I'll let you go first.
It feels like on a bigger level that now that pesky little Crockett Cup's out of the way, we're starting to heat things up already for the Great American Bash this summer. So there's that. Corny said something, and I'm going to agree with it, and I'm going to reiterate it, and it will be the most realistic, I mean what I say, shoot comment in the history of my time on this podcast. Women should not play professional sports. Nobody wants to see that. It's not good.
No professional sports? Not even tennis?
No, fuck them.
Or are you talking about the core sports?
The core sports. I don't really count tennis, although I'll watch some girls play tennis because they usually have pretty good figures and they wear real short skirts.
Okay.
And
I'm glad you clarified there.
Like that Venus broad. You got that ass.
They grunt a lot when they're hitting the balls, if you know what I mean. But
well, I'm gonna shock all of y'all. I like me some Serena Williams. I mean, that.
I know, huh?
She got,
oh wow!
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro.
Boy, I would fucking just, whew, Jesus Lord, she got a trailer on her. Shout out to Robert Silver, a longtime listener on Twitter of ours. He'll appreciate that one, right, Rob? Yeah,
so what
man.
happened? But here's the thing. That's great and all, and I'm happy for you. But what happens if she gets on the court against, I don't know, Djokovic or Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer? What happens? Who's taking a piss?
Hopper's over there.
Oh, God. God. Hit the mute button, you savage.
You all right?
Jesus.
Hopper.
Be blessed and be a blessing.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So now that we got that out the way.
What do you want to bet that toilet he's pissing in hadn't been cleaned properly since 2016?
Yeah, right. I can't stand a dirty toilet. Fuck that.
Hopper, we learned tonight that Hopper likes a clean toilet. Okay.
I can't stand that shit. How hard is
it? You make your mom clean it? You make your mom clean it once a week?
No.
Sounds like he does the cleaning on his own.
I guess so. Mr. Clean.
There you go.
I feel better.
Okay, where were we at? You know, we were talking about a great Cornette promo here. Let me help you out.
Are you gonna put Dee Wilson or Jane Smith out on the corner this Sunday against whoever the Saints are playing? No, you're not gonna do that because it's ridiculous.
Okay, well now that you got all the women who listen to us hating it, here's the thing.
All three of them.
Yeah, really. There's no women listening to this.
You're probably right there. Dusty doesn't.
We're lucky that 2/3 of us are actually married. That's a
you ain't lying about that one. Dusty doesn't need a hitching post for his horse to to tie to because he brings his horse to the ring. I love that line from Cornette. He then called her a heifer, which is one of the ultimate insults. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then the last line, he mocks Dusty when he says, putting your hands on me is risky business. I just love that. He tied that all in, and Cornette hit a grand slam with that one, which doesn't shock me at all. So, Doc, any other thoughts from the promo?
No, that was just top shelf good stuff.
Yeah.
On the heels of him doing some other top shelf good stuff just a few minutes ago.
Hopper, you anything?
But that's gotta piss her off hearing this shit over and over again.
That's what I just said.
I mean, seriously.
She's a moose.
She's a heifer.
She's fat and ugly. They don't need a hitching post because they just bring her to the ring. Women's little fragile psyches can't handle that kind of abuse. You know what I'm saying, Mike? If you went out and said, all right, book it, bitch, and we go all out there, and you go to your wife and go, I'm gonna 100% be kidding about what it's about to come out of my mouth after this sentence. You're a fat, disgusting pig. You couldn't live that down for the rest of the millennium.
No, I would be.
Just the
I'd
fact
be
that
done.
Right. Even if you prefaced it with, what I'm about to say is a complete fabrication. I do not mean it. Do not listen to me. She would quickly discount all of those words and go straight to the fact that you one time called her a fat, ugly pig.
I'd have to sleep with both eyes open.
You'd be over at Doc's house.
I would.
All the renovations. You'd be getting breathing in all the dust from the renovations I'm undergoing.
Yeah, I'd probably be sleeping on the treadmill belt and making sure it was unplugged. Oh, never mind. The outlet doesn't work in there because the renovators fucked it up.
Oh, God.
That's an inside joke.
Well, here's the great thing. When you do work out at home and you have a fairly pricey treadmill and you come home to find a 35-pound box of nails sitting on your treadmill because the workers don't give a shit, it's a little frustrating.
Yeah, they were not
busting, baby doll's guts out.
I meant to play they were not being a blessing. Okay. Let's go to the match. Oh, Hopper, do you have anything else from Cornette there?
Nah.
All right, so we move from that to the Midnight Express match versus Rocky King, George South. Cornette's on commentary. Cornette continues calling Baby Doll a horse. I don't really have much notes other than that on Cornette's commentary, but he was good here. And, of course, the Midnight Express get the win. Doc, your thoughts on the match at all?
Did you notice that Eaton pinned George South with what I am now calling a reverse Garvin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning he had his ass in his face instead of his nuts.
I was going to say he wasn't giving him chin nuts. He was giving him ass crack. Yeah, there you go.
So let me ask you this. This, Mike. Back in your day, if a guy pins you with his ass in your face and cut one right in your face, that'd be
awesome.
That don't happen on the indies.
What would happen when you got to the bag? If a man just, pooed it in your face.
That is the least of my concern happening on the indies. I mean, there's worse things than that, but yeah, that ain't gonna fly. You ain't pooting in my face, nor are you putting your nuts in my chin. Not happening, pal. Sorry, can't help you. Hopper knows that.
Indie wrestling is different than your normal Friday night.
Yahtzee!
He set all that shit up just to tell that to you.
All right. Next, Harper, you have anything from the match?
No.
All right. So then we go to a Rock and Roll Express promo. I don't have it queued up. Doc, did you have anything from it?
No.
Yeah, Ricky is just pissed here. What about you, Harper? You got anything?
I would love to know how he got his face to look like that. Like, what exactly did they do?
Because it looks legitimately like brush burned on some carpet.
Yeah.
Didn't they say on some podcast a couple of years ago that they actually had to do some legitimate work on him to hard way stuff to make this look real?
You're the one who listens to 90 million podcasts a day of the three of us, so I'm gonna lean on your expertise right here. I guess so, if you say so.
Then sure, why not?
All right, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, his face is It looks jacked up, so to say. We then go from that to Tully versus Mike Samani. Tully pulls a Magnum and wins quickly with the slingshot suplex. Doc, any thoughts from the match?
Man, that was quick.
Yeah, that was a quick match, man.
Very. The quickest one I think Tully's had since we started doing the Saturday nights.
Yeah, because he didn't work a body part or nothing. Just fucking went,
Yep.
Very quick. Finished him off.
Then we go to Tully's promo out there with J.J. Dillon. It's pretty quick, but here it is.
It's on the face of Ricky Morton. Tape is off the hand of Ron Garvin. Things are kind of going your way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, things are really going our way. I bet Big Mama's Flower Shop in Charlotte, North Carolina is doing super business with all the flowers that being sent to baby doll. I just can't understand what the big deal is all about. People suffer injuries every day. It's a hard, cruel world. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be in the kitchen if you can't afford to get your hands burned is what it's all about.
You know what it is? Any professional sports, the big dogs intimidate the rest of the field. But you got to go in the ring and intimidate people. I just intimidated somebody. Ricky Morton got intimidated. That's why he's got to look at that scarred up face every time he goes to the mirror. Intimidation. Dusty Rhodes' foot, intimidation. Ronnie Garvin's hand, intimidation. That's what it's all about. Because when you get in the ring with the three horsemen, you know you're in a ring with the big dogs in professional wrestling. The ones that carry all the hardware out here on national television. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the bottom line.
We're coming right back. Don't you go.
All right, Doc, I'll throw it to you first.
They're the champs, dude. And here's what I want to know. I keep watching them out there, but I keep wondering, when's Ole coming back? We're deep into 86 now. I think of 86 as full-time, full-on four horsemen territory, and they keep saying three horsemen. I'm like, when's Ole coming back? But otherwise, not to draw away, good promo from Tully. Not like last week, but still good.
Yeah. I like this. I mean, it was good and quick and to the point. I did pop on the Big Mama's Flower Shop line. Harper, your thoughts on the promo?
It was short and sweet, and he got his point across.
That's all you can expect there. Me too. I agree. From there, Ivan and Nikita come out. We're going to listen to Nikita. We're going to listen to Ivan. Maybe not so much Nikita. Magathie. So here's Ivan's portion. I'm going to fast forward about midway through because Nikita chimes in with Magathie. But we don't want to hear that. We want to hear Ivan. Here it is.
With 2/3 of the world's six-man tag team champions, Ivan, Nikita Koloff, and the Russian champ.
You've seen at the beginning of this program, again this Magnum TA come out and interfere in our match when we're minding our own business. But Crusher Khrushchev put a stop to that, hitting him over the head with the crutch, splitting him open, having him carried out on stretcher. He deserved this Magnum TA. Well, within a matter of weeks, you'll see the third member of the Koloff family right along our side, and he's got nothing but revenge in his heart and in his mind for his injury. And Magnum TA, you could say the loss of the United States heavyweight title would be your nightmare. So you could say my nephew Nikita is your nightmare, because time and time again you have seen nephew Nikita's supremacy over you in chain match. Yes, as you see right here, Nikita is truly master of the Russian chain. How does it feel, Magnum TA, to try to breathe with a couple of cracked ribs? It is hard for the oxygen to pass through. Or how about your neck? Concussion, where you walk around dizzy day and night, not knowing where you are at. But you have fallen into our trap, signing Russian chain match. And before it is all over, you have shown that he is a worthy opponent. So the Kremlin has ordered serious negotiations now for United States heavyweight title match on television. These are maggots.
All right, give me a second. I'm going to bump us forward a little bit because we don't like listening to Nikita.
Yeah. You see, I guess these road warriors are a little confused because I hear them out here talking about match against the Koloff. They don't know what kind of match or where. Well, Paul, get the pencil and paper and mark it down, because I know these road warriors don't know how to either read nor write. Monday night in Meadowlands in the cage match against Nephew Nikita and myself. And tonight in Baltimore, double chain match. I know you people have never seen anything like this before, and you will never see anything like it again. We are looking forward to it.
We have a World TV title match waiting for you in the ring.
I'm going to repeat myself. Ivan Koloff is a great talker. Doc, your thoughts?
I just like how everybody is spider-webbed into everybody else's mix. Everybody's upset with everybody. So he's mad at the Road Warriors. They're mad at Magnum TA. Magnum TA is mad at the Midnight Express now. Morton is mad at trying to get the world titles back for the tag team scene, but him and Rick have something, and Rick's got something with Dusty. It's just everything is spider-webbed out really well.
Well, and then when something like that happens, too, if you have an injury to someone, you're not just dead in the water. You can kind of branch off in other places. It's because it's a web, and you have different branches. I mean, your people are tied together no matter what way, and you've got like flexibility, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Harper, your thoughts on the promo, if you got anything?
You think they moved on from Magnum TA, huh? No?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, let's table that one for a little while.
No.
Yeah, let's table that one. Remember, okay.
Whoa.
Whoa. Jesus, Lord.
Busting, baby doll's guts out.
Okay.
He didn't think she was a cow.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Not at all. All right, let's move on. So that was a promo from that was Ivan and Nikita. Arn is up next versus Gene Ligon. Arn wins with the Gore Buster. He retains his TV title. Probably one of your quicker TV titles from Arn last few weeks. That was a quick one. Doc, your thoughts? Anything you had there?
Yeah, it was about as uneventful as you're going to get from AA.
Pretty much. Harper, you?
Yeah, he just worked the arm, then he finished him off.
Yep. Nothing too long. So, again, a quick one for the most part. And then the Horsemen are going to close things out. It's Rick, Tully, JJ, and Arn out here with Shivani. Here it is.
Dillon and the three Horsemen, all champions.
With all due respect, we're going to break precedent today because your camera has now filled this picture with what is happening in professional wrestling today, and I think we can finish today's program, frankly, without you.
Fantastic, brother.
I would like to be the first to offer my congratulations to the World Television Champion Arn Anderson on another very impressive victory.
Thank you, James Julius. As indicative as you may be about everything, all I got to say in a closing note is, everybody across this country wakes up every day trying and wanting to be somebody else. We're just happy being us.
Mr. Ric Flair, the World Heavyweight Champion.
I must add, before I get real serious here, that there's a whole bunch of women in New Orleans know why they call us the Three Horsemen. You understand? When we left town, they were all walking around in a day. Now, Ricky Morton, if you want to get Robert Gibson, and you want to get Dusty Rhodes, and you want to get Magnum TA, you get them all together, because you're talking about three bad white boys that know how to do it better than any three men alive. You're talking about the championship road. And with J.J. Dillon guiding this force, just like he leads us into all the big arenas, there's not one chance in all of God's green earth of you doing anything except getting your butt kicked. Woo!
I want to tell you, champ, when you're defending the gold all over the world, if the Rock and Roll Express want to bite off some of the Horsemen, Mr. Tully Blanchard and Mr. Arn Anderson will be pleased to accommodate them in any arena anywhere in the world, wouldn't you say?
You know, sitting back here, Arn said it all, Rick said it all. But, you think of one description that covers all three of us. We are rich women's lovers and poor girls' dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's about it for this edition of World Championship
that girl that
Wrestling.
was calling me Secretariat as I walked out the
For
door.
Tony Schiavone, for David Crockett, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Rick's so stupid, Doc. What were your thoughts?
It was like Rick. I always think like Rick keeps a bullet in the gun. So Tully sat around and thought about that one. I was like, I'm gonna get him, and Rick's like, no, I'm gonna get the last word. Here it is. And it's just they're out there telling y'all about all the belts, but then it's like, dude, when he said that all the women are walking around in a daze, I thought he was gonna say are walking around funny.
Yeah, I thought he scared me there too. And he said, because he said it, but he didn't say it. I'm like, oh damn, what is he about to say? All the women are walking around. I was like, oh god, yeah, that was insane. Oh, what a freaking promo. And to close things out on the episode. Harper, what about from you? Anything?
They showed why the Four Horsemen were the greatest faction in the history of fucking wrestling right there.
The Three Horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what the fuck I mean.
Yeah.
Where's Ole?
Where's Ole at, man?
He's coming, don't worry. Rick said there was a woman calling him Secretariat as he walked in the door. Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, all right.
White boys.
Yeah, 3 bad white boys.
Okay, let's do some Rolexes first. I'm giving mine to Cornette. I had to. He laid out 2 good ones, and then just his insults of Baby Doll. I got to go Cornette. Doc, who are you giving your Rolex to?
Well, I promise I'm not doing this because he's the guest of honor tonight, but I'm going to have to agree with you and give it to Jim Cornette.
Yeah. What about you, Harper?
Lick Rick, man.
I can't argue that. I mean, Rick had a nice promo, and then he capped things off at the end here really well, going off air. I just had to give it to. I had to go Cornette, man. Cornette was so on it in those 2. I just thought that was exceptional. Okay, let's grade the episode. We didn't have much wrestling in this episode. There was a lot of promos, a lot of talking, which is fine. We like shit talking. I'm gonna give it an A-. I enjoyed the promos.
What the fuck?
I enjoyed the promos here. I mean, the only thing this show was missing was like a Rick Ronnie Garvin match or an Arn Ronnie Garvin match. But it's a solid A-, maybe even an A. What about you, Harper?
It's an A+, man. A+.
All right.
And the reason why there was no wrestling because that fucking tag team match was 3 hours long.
He's got a point.
That's why. That's why those matches would.
You know
exactly
what? I've used this analogy before. You know what that was? That was one of those in baseball where the bullpen is tired, and the guy's out there giving up runs, and pitching coach comes out and says, "Sorry, dude, you're gonna have to take this one for the team. We're gonna need and he's out there for 4 more innings and a 14-3 loss. Just ERA is spinning like the energy meter.
Yeah, it's a good point. Okay, fair enough. Doc, what about you? What are you rating it?
Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm going to give that a straight up solid-ass A.
I said A-. Well, I said A-.
A.
You said
Okay.
A- and then talked yourself into it.
Okay, asshole. A. It's an A. Are you happy now?
Well, you have no strength of your convictions either.
What do you
we
want
can talk
from
you
me?
into anything. Harper, I bet we could talk him into sucking a dick if we tried.
What?
Jesus.
Oh, boy. Oh. All right. Well.
Hey,
thanks,
are
Doc.
you going
I
to start
appreciate
that? Hey, are you going to start that gimmick where you call everybody who buys a shirt personally?
I've got to admit, I don't have time to do that. That's
what real podcasts do.
Okay, well, I'll give you the numbers.
And shirt, man. You can call up 2 people.
It's more than 2.
Doing so spectacular. You can't call up 2 people. Hey, what's up, man? It's Mike Mills. What's up? Hey.
I'll have you call them. How's that sound?
I'll call these fuckers up. That'll be awesome.
Oh shit! Oh man. Well, I tell you
Only
what.
only if we can record them and make them patron episodes.
That would be pretty awesome, actually, if y'all were to do that. Hey, while these two are having fun and making fun of T-shirts and whatnot, make sure you check out the Pro Wrestling Tees store. Facebook.com/Booking the Territory. Click the Shop Now button. It'll bring you to the Pro Wrestling Tees store. If you missed that link, just check the show notes in the description of the show, and it's there. And you can purchase any one of the 5 designs on the Pro Wrestling Tees store. I'd appreciate it. Also, don't forget to check out the Amazon referral link. It's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Go buy Bobby Blaze's books. Go buy anything. Give the link to your wives and girlfriends and have them use it. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Whatever you buy there, the show gets a little bit of small kickback in return. We'd appreciate it. Okay, Doc, I'm gonna do the patron plugs at the end as far as shouting out the Hall of Famers. We need to get the Cornette now, man. We've been going about an hour and a half, and I don't know about you, but I'm getting plumb tuckered out, man. So
well, now, hold on.
What?
I got a question here. This is our last time together before the great boxing match of all times here. We need to get a little prediction on what's going to go down in the old Sweet Science there this weekend. Are you getting the fight? Who's getting the fight?
I'm not buying that bullshit. Harper, what about you?
How are you stealing it?
I don't pay for wrestling.
I'm not stealing it. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, for real, fuck you. Trying to work my ass.
Right. But if you want a prediction, Floyd wins. If it's a work, Connor wins. Other than that, I'm not really interested. And I know we got boxing fans that listen to this, but I'm not
I'm going
sold.
with a different angle.
What?
See, I don't think that it's going to be credible for a rematch, so I think Connor's going to do something to get his ass DQ'd. And they'll keep it close, so people watch, and then he'll do something crazy to make himself DQ'd, and then they'll have a rematch so that they can get twice the money.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's how you make double there. Isn't it like $100 to order that nonsense?
Right.
I wouldn't know.
That's what it is.
No, that's what I saw the ad for it. I was like, oh hell no. Screw that. Okay. Oh, no, there ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. All right. Well, I tell you what, Harper, plug the Wildcat Vimeo, and then we'll get to Cornette.
Go on Vimeo on demand. $5. Wildcat.
There you go.
Look up Wildcat with the K. Harper15 is the promo code. You get 15% off.
Thank you. There you go.
And September 2nd, Grace King High School, our next show.
Saturday, September 2nd. 7 p.m.?
Saturdays, right.
There you go. We're less than
should I bring my children? Should I bring my children to this one? Is this the X-rated event?
No.
No, I don't bring my kids. No, I don't bring my kids. Or no, it's not.
You can bring them.
Yeah, bring your damn kids. If they buy a T-shirt.
Bring them damn crumb snatchers. All right, Doc. It is about time to get to part 2 with Jim Cornette. This is what we call the Tim Horner torching part 2. If you remember, we did a long form review of that Tim Horner shoot interview. And Doc, I'm willing to bet we pretty much asked Jim every question that we said we wanted to ask him from that interview. Would you agree?
Yeah, and here's something else that you need to note. And I don't know if it'll come through on this part of the podcast, but wasn't it amazing how quickly Cornette ratcheted it up and got fired up when we brought up Tim Horner's name? He got hot instantly.
Yeah. He went with it too. It was cool. I appreciated what Jim did there. He completely responded to it all.
Well, and I think Horner makes him as mad or madder than he does the three of us, and maybe
certainly does.
I think we're all missing out on the fact that Horner could have been a great heel at some point.
Unintentionally. That's the sad part.
Right.
All right. Oh boy, Doc, you got anything else?
No, I'm tired. Let's go home.
Same here. Harper, what about you?
No, sir.
All right, y'all. That's Mike. This is Mike. That's Doc. That's Harper. Harper, hit the tagline and get us over to part 2 with Jim Cornette, where we're talking all things Tim Horner.
Book it, bitch.